Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My dear students, so we have started the third chapter, acid, bases and salts, and I hope that the definition of acids, bases and salts and the most common physical trait they have is clear to you. That is the taste. Okay, sour, soapy. So it is quite clear to you how can you physically identify which sample is an acid, which one is a base, and definitely salt is a combination of acid and base, acid and a base. That is, a salt is produced when an acid and a base undergo neutralization reaction. Okay. So we have started the different types of acids, isn't it? And I hope that you understood inorganic acids, organic acids, that they are different examples, hydracids, oxyacids. You have understood this. Today we are going to talk about a very important topic, a very important type, that is the classification of acids depending upon the basicity of acids. We will talk about this. So without delaying, let us start. So classification of acids, classification of acids based on their basicity, based on their basicity. Okay, what does this term mean, basicity? Basicity is the number of hydronium ions. Basicity is the number of hydronium ions, or in simple words, the protons. Because I said you that for making the concepts easier, throughout the text you will find protons used in the place of hydronium. But the exact thing which happens, that is the exact proton, the exact particle which come into play is the hydronium ion. So the number of hydronium ions produced by an acid in its aqueous solution, this is the definition of basicity of an acid. What is aqueous solution? In simple words, you add water to it, and there is a way of adding water. You can't add water to acids, you have to add acids to water. Okay, and why this is important, we will talk it about later on when the we proceed in the chapter, inshallah. That is, you can't add acids to water. This is dangerous. You have to add water to acid. Okay, this is the process. Because if you add acids to water, it's dangerous, it's hazardous. Okay, the splashes of acids may come to your hand and it may burn your skin. That's why. So you understood what is basicity. So depending upon the basicity, acids can be classified into basically three types. Number one is monobasic acid, monobasic. Number two is dibasic, and the third one is tribasic. So you can see that these prefixes mono, di and tri means 1, 2, 3 respectively. That is, if an acid may produce, according to the definition, because it's basic, so according to the definition, if an acid produces only one hydronium ion, it will be termed as monobasic. If it produces two hydronium ions, it will be termed as dibasic. If it produces 3 hydronium ions, it will be termed as tribasic. So for example, HCl, if you take an example, HCl, dibasic H2SO4 and tribasic H3PO4. H3PO4. Now, a very common misunderstanding, a confusion among the students is that they see the molecular formula of the acid and they directly, after seeing the molecular formula, they say that, sir, the high number of hydrogen atom in the acid is 1, sir, definitely it is monobasic. Number of hydrogen atom is 2, sir, definitely it's dibasic. Number of hydrogen atoms is 3, sir, definitely it's tribasic. But it does not work for each and every acid molecules, my dear student. For example, if I write CH3COOH, so in the very molecule of this acid, acetic acid, you have 4 hydrogen atoms. But it's monobasic. How? I will explain you in the next video. Similarly, H3PO3 is an acid of phosphorus. Phosphorus acid. It's phosphorus acid. You can see that the number of hydrogen atom is 3, but it's dibasic. Why? I will be explaining in the next video, inshallah. Similarly, if I write, that does not work for tribasic acid. So you understood that only the number of hydrogen atoms are not going to tell you what kind of acid they are. So you have to dissociate those acids and you have to know how many number of hydronium ions they are exactly producing. So if they produce only 1 hydronium ion, they are monobasic. If they are producing 2 hydronium ions, they are dibasic. If they are producing 3 hydronium ions, they are tribasic. And an acid is there which is tetrabasic, that is H4SiO4. This is an acid which is tetrabasic. But we will be focusing on these three types of acids. So in the next video, I'm going to explain you about the details of these acids.